everybody. Welcome to my little corner where there's no wrong way to play with paper. And today we're going to do another quilt block and it's going to be lots of fun. So just come on and join me. All right, so I will put the series link below, Scrapbooking with Quilt Blocks. Today's pattern is called the Flying Geese. And what that is basically squares cut into triangles. So just like last week, where I will go step by step, I will tell you this particular pattern, it's just like the last one. It is important to cut as straight as you possibly can. The one that I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a 3x3 block, and then I will also show you a 2x2 square block, however you want to look at it. I'm thinking quilting and scrapping all at once, so I'm probably going to mix up my words. Y'all know how I roll. So let's just have fun. I will put the dimensions in the description. I will put the entire series in the description so you can check out all the other videos that I've done, because I plan on doing, after this week, I don't know if I'll get one done that next week, but I will continue to add to this series. We will continue to go down the road of the quilt blocks. This particular pattern, the Flying Geese pattern, is really, really good for these 6x8 paper pads that we all have because we think they're beautiful and we have leftovers. You can also do this with scraps. That is the best part about the quilt block series is 90% of it I use my scraps on. But every once in a while, I have a paper pad that I'm like, I need to use this, I bought it. So you can use your 6x6 pads also, but I like using my 6x8s because I usually have a little something extra to make some homemade ephemera out of and/or embellishments. So that's me personally. And you know, if you take it out of pad, it's gonna coordinate. So this is the one I made these squares out of. Now I used a totally different, I used scraps on the other two, my examples. And I do have two finished layouts that I will show at the end to show you, you're not just making these, and they make beautiful base pages to use down the road, but you can use them. They make pretty layouts. So I will show those at the end. I think I've done everything. If you're new, I would be honored if you like and subscribe. And with that, let's just get started. Okay, so I always start with a white base. Usually I do that because I want the time that I took to sit and cut all of these squares, whether it be in a small scale, larger scale, whatever the case may be, I want it to pop. I don't embellish these layouts a lot because I want the quilt block to show, and I've showed that in past videos. This one is no different. I do have a layout that I inked on and one that I didn't. One that is a 3x3 square like the one I'm doing here, and one that I did with 2x2 squares. So all of Flying Geese is basically, I will put it up here. It is basically two sets of triangles, aka arrows, however you want to see it, going in opposite directions. You'll see that in the pattern. So what we are going to do a 12x12. Now this pattern, I almost always do it in a 12x12. You could do it in a 6x12. You could do it however you want. You could go super small and do a 6x6 block, but I will tell you that's a lot of cutting and it's tiny little pieces. But I've done it. It was not enjoyable, so I don't do it again. That's me personal. You can do this in whatever size you want and go to town. You could do 1x1 squares and literally have arrows going up and down like in the pattern. I'm not that patient. If you are, please show me because they are pretty. I have done it, I think, once, and I will never do it again. That's me. I like the 3x3. It is my favorite. 2x2 square is my second favorite. Now, I will stop gabbing. You want to cut your 3x3 square, right? Let's make sure I actually cut this because it looks a little off. Nope, I didn't. See? Double check your cuts. So you want it to be 3x3. Oh, look, I can make some word sentiments. I'll just set that aside. And it looks right this way. Okay, so 3x3. Then when you cut these, this is the hardest part of this entire pattern, like last week. So you want to have your corners line up. If you have a wire guide like I do here, you want it to line up on that wire guide. It will make your pattern come together easier. It's easy anyway. With that said, okay, if it's not perfect, it's all right. You can finagle it, embellish it over, put photos over it, just have fun. Okay, last week I had a boo-boo. I showed you how I fixed that. This week I didn't, but it happens. It does, it does. Okay, so don't panic. I don't even know. I didn't double check these before I started the video because I'm running behind today, but that's all right. I'm here. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna have fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take 2 sets of triangles. I need to sort. So you're going to sit and cut them, and you're going to have, how do I put this? You want to have 2 different patterns. That's what I'm trying to say. It will come out. My brain has to catch up with my mouth. My mouth moves faster than, faster than my brain thinks, or vice versa. I don't know. Oh, if I can't laugh at myself, what's the point? All right. So to create these triangles, we are basically going to take triangles and make triangles. I know, it probably sounds ridiculous, but that is what we have to do for this pattern. And it is the exact same way when you quilt with fabric. You do this the exact same way. You want to line up your corner with your corner. This first placement is vital. It really, truly is. Because if you don't get it on there just like you want it, well, you're gonna have to take it off and put it again. Okay, but once you get this on, you can push down on the edge like I've shown before and just push your edges together. And just like that, I have my first triangle. Okay, now from there, I am going to take my T-square, and I will put a link for this below for Amazon. I've been trying really hard, anything that I use, even if it's the simple things that a lot of us already have. There are new scrapbookers and they don't have them. So I'm trying really hard to share anything that I use. And no, I do not get paid by Amazon. I just share my products. Now, this one, I have it lined up. It's pushed up against here. That's what's best about the T-square. You can push it up against your, I have it upside down. No wonder. No, didn't. Oh my gosh. What do I know? Oh yeah, it's going to be that kind of day. All right, so once I have this, I know that this corner needs to meet here. Okay, and I know that this corner needs to meet here. So I am simply going to do my best to line that up. Okay, now I temporary adhese all of these so I can move them if I need to. When I'm done and I have my layout done, I do the bend test, and I purposely did not glue one down. So I do the bend test, and I will show you that on how I know where to glue, because I don't want to sit and glue every single one of these, and I'm sure y'all don't either. Now this is going to move around a little bit, but that's why we use our T-square. And then we're going to go to the next one. And I like the 3x3 because it's not time consuming. Literally, once I have my papers cut in 10 minutes, I have a base page done. And you guys know, that is my style. I like to start with a base, and then I just like to hang out with y'all, and I like to embellish and share that fun. Okay, and I'm going to do the next one. Now, hopefully by now you see the triangle, right? We're creating triangles. And if you were to do this in fabric, you would also have a solid. So this would, let's say, be white fabric, black fabric, whatever you want. And you would do the exact same thing, because when this is together, this part right here is a 3x3 square. So you would do the exact same thing for a solid, for those who are interested in how to see that. So see, when I see this pattern, let me finish it, I do not see triangles. Okay, I see this square, and I see this square, and I see this square, and that's how I can break it down in my head to translate it to paper. So I know, oh, that's just a square cut in half. I could do that type of thing. Okay, now you see how that edge line is a little bit over. We'll see how it lines up. We might have to move it. Hence, again, why I use temporary adhesive first. There we go. We got our first row done. Now, you could do this one just upside down. I like to just flip the paper over. It's less drama for me. So I am going to do the exact same thing, but I am going to use this corner when I start, okay? So we're going to use a contrasting color. When you first start, maybe if you are not comfortable matching papers and you want to use the paper pads like I suggested, it's a great way to do that, right? I mean, oops. I'm gonna have to get, I don't like that on my paper. Okay, so it's you don't have to worry about matching it up, but I will tell you, even if you think it's not going to match up, it will. It will. All right, so now instead of going this way, which I still could, okay, I like to go this way, and let me tell you why. Because, helps if I do it the right way. I like to make sure that my corners here meet. Now, it does not always work out. What is wrong with me today? Apparently it's my first day with my hands. First day with my new eyes and my new hands. My dad used to say that. Okay, so I want to try to match these corners. Doesn't always work out exactly as I want. Now you could, here, I can show you. You can do it this way, the same thing. Whichever works best for you. There's no wrong way to do this. There are no rules. No rules. You can do it however you like, okay? If this way is easier for you, I think maybe I've just done it the other way for so long that that's what I do, okay? Now, sometimes we have some issues, and like I said, we can trim it up. We can do whatever we want, whatever we need to make it look pretty, okay? So do the best. It's not always gonna be perfect. Again, you can do the exact same thing. I do like to do it that way, but we already started, so might as well finish. Okay? Just going to line it up. Now make sure you got that on there even. Talking to myself as much as I am y'all. Oh, goodness. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful, scrappy kind of day. You got to do something scrappy today. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. We had a really bad storm here, and I am proud to say that my husband made me my shade cloth with my pergola over my garden for Mother's Day, and it held up to the winds, which West Texas, we have winds. Sometimes they're kind of crazy, okay? Now see, that didn't quite line up, but that's all right. Nobody's gonna notice. And like I said, you can trim it up, okay? We may be even able to, yeah, it's just not gonna, we may even be able to get away with it. We'll see what happens. Now, odds are, let's see here. Sometimes I can look and see. Nope, it's just how it ended up. Now, what I would probably do, and I'm gonna do, you know what, not probably, I'm gonna show you real time when it doesn't line up 100%. I'm gonna tell you that tiny minute mount, if your loved ones are looking at your layouts that close and complaining, which we both know they're not going to, but if they are, they should scrapbook on their own perfection, right? Just like that. Nobody will know. That tiny little piece is gone and it is perfect, right? Now, sometimes you will have these little hangies overs, and what I will do, it usually means that the center is not lined up, but I'm okay with it. Instead of trying to, because I will tell you, once you move one, you start moving another, and it becomes unenjoyable. That's the best way I know to do it. I'll just flip it over and cut that one, just that one, right? There we go. There is a flying geese. Here's our pattern again, and you will see that's what we've created. Lots of fun. I love this one. Of course, it's red, so y'all know how it is. Now let me show you a layout in this exact design. I was pretty excited to do this one. These are from San Angelo again. We went there last summer while we were still in our RV looking for a house, and my beautiful friend Michelle made me this gorgeous cut file. So I backed it in different greens. I used some flowers, and you will see it's minimal. I had never seen a blooming cactus until I moved here. I mean, I'd seen cactus, and I could tell y'all a story. Should I tell you? It's about myself. I was a little girl. I was probably 12, and we used to cop a squat. Like, my dad would not pull over, and I really had to go tinkle, and I copped a squat, but I fell down the mountain, and I landed in a cactus like this. And I spent the rest of the ride home with my mother pulling the needles out of my bum. Now it's funny, but at 12, I was mortified. Yeah, so watch out. Don't be copping a squat. Of course, you don't do that on the side of the road no more. People will have you arrested. Okay, so this is a 4x6, and then I cut this down to a 3x4, and I just extended my photo because I still wanted to see those arrows, right? That flying geese pattern. And so then I put this up on foam. I just backed all of this. I added some real paper flowers, another one here, my little bit of journaling, and a couple butterflies, and that's it, because I wanted the layout to stand out. I want my work, the paper does the work. That's kind of the deal. You spend the time on putting this together. Okay, so this was a 3x3 block that I did. This one is made with 2x2 blocks, and this is of my beautiful daughter. I didn't get permission, so I have to cover her face. I made a promise to her, so not gonna break that promise. She is old enough to decide if she wants to be on YouTube or not. So now I backed this one. I did have a little issue, so I decided to do that. And it matched her hair, right? So she looked beautiful in this photo. And once again, I did not embellish a lot. I used this Oh Happy Day. You probably saw me debate about doing that in my yellow layout I did a couple days ago. And then I just used stickers from the exact same sticker sheet, and I put a couple of this one up on foam so it looked like it had some dimension. And then I just used some hot pink dots to match her hair, and I don't have anything to say. I actually think I Skyped this off of one of her social medias, and she looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. Love it. When they get older, you know what? You got to get the pictures where you can. End of story. So there is that one. I hope you guys will try this. I love seeing all of your different layouts and what you're doing with them. Oh, it just gives me so much joy. It truly blesses my heart. I hope you will continue to do that. Try this one. Let me know how you like it. And I will see you next time. Have a very, very blessed day. Bye-bye.